Hi everyone, it's Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Crates, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Indie Friday, and we're going to take a look at an Indiegogo campaign I backed, and this is going to be a two-parter because I got two volumes. Two nice-sized graphic novels here. It is Earthbound and Earthbound Volume 2 by Narwhal. Now before I get started, you might notice I'm doing things a little differently on this review because it seems to be my week for technical issues, so I do apologize. I'm waiting on a new battery for my camera so I can film footage again. And luckily my mic is now working again too. Hopefully that'll stay up and running for Saturday night's live stream, which I'll keep you posted about. But yes, Earthbound by Narwhal, Volume 1. Now, this is really interesting. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the story. I know I usually go into the art first, but I want to talk about the story first. It is about three individuals, WizKid, Spaceman, and Julia, who are, from what I'm gathering, from outer space. And WizKid, 4 years prior, had crash landed on Earth and has kind of like assimilated with the humans. He's going to school, playing golf, having a good old time. Meanwhile, Julia and Spaceman were in like cryogenesis, frozen by these gray aliens, your typical looking stereotypical aliens, and they're unfrozen because they are tasked with recruiting people for an event, which kind of sounds almost like, and I could be wrong because I haven't gotten to Volume 2 yet, almost like Hunger Games in space. So, Julia and Spaceman are competing against one another because only one of them can be granted freedom. And they're also informed their former colleague WizKid is down there. So, they go down, and Julia decides she's not going to take down WizKid. She's going to team up with him because he's an old friend, and he has the means and the knowledge of the planet. Spaceman, on the other hand, is your dumb jock who's just very like shoot first, ask questions later. And he's literally holds a family hostage at one point. This is kind of like that 80s teen sci-fi stuff you used to watch that was just like way out there but a lot of freaking fun. And it's interesting to see where this is going. You have like human characters they interact with. There's this one nerdy little guy, and his name just slipped out of my head. And he was kind of like recording WizKid's story about being stuck on Earth and that he's an alien. And of course, everybody looks at him like he's kind of crazy when he's recording this. And of course, he even thinks that this guy WizKid is crazy. But it's all setting up for whatever this event is that's going to happen, and it ends with them in the middle of recruiting people and them selecting people and going up against Spaceman, and it's going to segue into a dance. Now I want to talk about the art. The art is very different than from what I'm used to between reading classic Marvel, DC, and even some modern DC, Marvel, and also manga. Narwhal has his own style. It's like a cross between comic book and also kind of like cartoonish animated. Some of the expressions and certain characters are very over the top because they're supposed to be more of the comedic, nerdy, goofy representation. And then you have the other characters who are more sleeker, like your typical average size. It's interesting, and he somehow makes it work. It's like, you look at this and you're just kind of like, okay. It's kind of like very also rough. It's not perfectly in line. I'm probably using the wrong type of terminology to describe this. But it is interesting, his style. I can almost see this being adapted into either an animated feature or, even better, a live action series once this graphic novel because I'm assuming it's going to keep continuing after volume 2. I could see this work as a series on something like Amazon or Netflix. Unfortunately, I think the tone of the story might be something they're too afraid to adapt, because, you know, everything nowadays has to be, we have to worry about offending people. So if it offends people, or they think it might offend people, it's not going to happen, and it ends up getting watered down a lot. But I find it really interesting, and I can't wait to see what Volume 2 says. Now, that's going to be done next week, and I should have footage for that. I am also going to maybe throw in Volume 1 just so you can have a look at the cover, because it's a pretty nicely thick book, both of them. And you have nice, slick quality pages in this. He also advertises some of his upcoming projects like Nosferatu. It's really well done. I like it a lot. There's a lot of great jokes in here too, like aliens trying to decipher between a male and female human. When he has another campaign and he's offering this, I would suggest picking it up, because it is something kind of like different from what you're getting in mainstream. I know I say that a lot, but I feel like mainstream is too afraid to take chances, and they're too worried about just kind of doing certain type of topics, and it kind of dilutes the story too much, and it loses focus on what they're supposed to be writing about. So it's Earthbound by Narwhal. I really do suggest picking it up, and next week I'll give you my thoughts on Volume 2. We'll see if this keeps on the same track, or is it going to derail? Will 2 be better, or will it be worse? Who knows? Stay tuned. And like I said, I am aiming, as long as everything goes right, because again, this seems to be like a Murphy's Law week when it comes to technology. I was going to do one Wednesday and things happen, but I am aiming to do Saturday night live stream. So if you follow me on Twitter or any of my social media, keep an eye out, and I will let you know when that's going to happen. So in the meantime, have you gotten Earthbound? Have you read anything else from Narwhal? Go ahead, comment down below. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.